Hello, Goddess. Welcome back to the Habits of a Goddess podcast, a podcast filled with self love, self care, and spiritual affirmations. My mission for whoever is listening to this podcast is that you find ways to empower yourself, attract the life you desire, and feel supported on this self love journey. I have experienced a new way of opening up to the endless possibilities of healing and growing through sharing my voice. I'm your host, Jasmine Rasco, and today's episode, we'll be talking about 7 ways to increase your goddess status. Also, if you're enjoying the podcast, don't forget to give Habits of a Goddess podcast a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I love reading the reviews you guys leave. It means the world to me to see how truly the podcast has made a positive impact in your life. And when you leave a review, it helps other goddesses discover the podcast too. So, what does goddess status look like? If you don't know, I'm referring to a goddess is someone who radiates beauty, power, and they're admired for their beauty, inner beauty and outer beauty. And their presence commands a high level of respect, even worship, due to exceptional qualities such as confidence, their attractiveness, their talent, their charisma. And a goddess always invests in herself, which causes her status to increase in her social life and in her professional life. I always say you are the best investment. And every day when you do something that moves that needle 1% in your life, you are elevating your whole being. You're elevating the way that you perceive yourself. You're building and creating value for yourself. And that raises your status in society. That raises your status in your personal and professional life. So a goddess becomes knowledgeable in her passions and pursue things that is forever elevating her life. And I know if you've been listening to this podcast, you have been doing all of these things that embodies goddess energy. And a goddess has real influence, and a goddess uses her powers to empower those around her. Are you a goddess? If you've been listening to the podcast, you're definitely a goddess. You have definitely tapped into your inner goddess. And here are 7 ways that you can increase your goddess status. And this will allow you to cultivate a more balance in your life and power in your life. It will give you the tools and keys to success to empower yourself on this beautiful journey. So, number 1 to increasing your goddess status is to embrace your emotional intelligence. Your emotional intelligence is connected to your feminine energy. Your feminine energy thrives in emotional awareness and empathy. And when you tap into your emotions and you learn to express them authentically, you can connect more deep with yourself and others. This is really important. Practicing emotional intelligence enhances your ability to navigate relationships with grace and understanding, and it makes you stronger and an intuitive communicator. Have you ever been around someone and you can sense their energy? You can see their aura, and you know whether to engage further in a conversation with them or not because you have emotional intelligence. You have tapped into your feminine energy. You are connected to your higher self, and you have this emotional awareness that you know when to move forward on something in life or when not to. It's like you know when to make a left or make a right. There's no right or wrong because you'll always end up in the destination place that you're meant to be on your journey. But your emotional intelligence is there to guide you. It's like a navigation. It comes in handy. Your emotions are for you, and it's part of your guidance system. Your emotions tell a story and it gives a feedback. on where you stand in regards to your day-to-day life. Pay attention to your emotional intelligence. Pay attention. Have you ever been using your emotions to better your life, or do you project them onto others? Are your emotions under control or out of control? Just let that question sink in. Like, do you have your emotions bottled up, or do you express yourself authentically and you know how to manage and maintain a healthy relationship with your emotions? We have different range of emotions, happy emotions, bliss emotions, fear emotions, angry emotions. Like, we're very passionate throughout our emotion systems. But when you become an emotional intelligent goddess, by connecting with yourself, you know how to make your emotions work for you in the way that is going to guide you and make decisions that is going to better yourself. So spend time getting to know yourself and the roots of how you think, how you operate on a daily basis. All of this is going to increase your goddess status because you are embracing your emotional intelligence and you know what areas in your life that you need to work on, like your emotional setting on a subject when it comes to your life. You know, like where you stand in regards because your emotions give you that feedback. So use your emotional intelligence to raise and increase your emotional status, goddess. Number 2 is to practice self-care and nurturing rituals. I love self-care. It's everything that is got to do with yourself, right? It's pouring back into yourself. Your feminine energy is deeply connected to nurturing and taking care of you, which you should be prioritizing. Taking care of your body, your mind, and spirit. Use meditation as a practice of self-care. Baths. I love like taking like a rose petal bath and adding crystals to my water and having candles. Like that's part of like a self-care nurturing ritual for me. Your skincare routine. While you're doing your skincare, you're saying your affirmations. While you're doing your makeup, while you're getting dressed, journaling. All of this helps you stay grounded and in tune with your inner self. So practice and prioritize self-love, self-care, and boost your wellness. Like boost anything that is giving you energy, that's making you radiant, it's making you shine. Like keep that going in your self-care rituals, anything that just lights your soul on fire. So this podcast obviously is a great self-care ritual. And I love when you guys tag me on your morning walks or on your way, to your workouts. I love when you include this as part of your self-care ritual. I really appreciate when you guys, you show love and you express it. So I love that. Number 3 is to enhance your creative expressions. Speaking of expressing yourself, your feminine energy is so close tied to your creative flow. When you allow your creativeness to flow and you channel that energy, this looks like a goddess just walking in her purpose, a goddess just naturally glowing. She shows up as her higher self because she expresses her creative energy and it flows. This podcast is one of many creative outlets that I express myself as a goddess. And I enjoy it because I'm able to speak my language, which is spirituality, self-care, self-love, anything that is just benefiting my higher self. Like this is a great way to channel my creative energy. And you can do the same too. You have to find your creative outlet to express yourself. It could be dancing, it could be art, writing, journaling, even cooking. Like some of you guys, you enjoy cooking. You enjoy cooking because it doesn't feel like a chore, but you enjoy it and you do it with so much love and passion. So find a creative outlet and keep your energy open when you are expressing your creativeness. Don't judge yourself when you're creating. Like your creative journey is for you. how you create, there's no structure to it. It's such a flow. It's like you're dancing with your creative energy. It's a dance. It doesn't have to be all logic in your head. So allow yourself to explore your passions and your intuitive side. Like, I want you to flourish. I want you to find your creativeness and make more time to connect with your natural gifts that you were born with. Like, what have you been creating lately? Think about that. And if you realize you haven't been open and creative and there's no flow going on, take the time to figure out what are you naturally good at in life, and let that lead you on this path of creative expressing yourself in a creative way. Let this be a way to increase your goddess status when you learn the art of flow, the art of creativeness. It's a dance with the universe. So tap into your creative energy, goddess. And also, when you're creating, sometimes that turns into a source of income. So your creative energy can be a source of income, which can raise your goddess status because you are creating income for yourself. You're creating prosperity. You're creating abundance for yourself, for your family. So all of this is great and it's working for you to increase your goddess status. Number 4, I love this. This is probably definitely one of the things that I've learned over the years to become better at, is cultivating the art of allowing. Feminine energy is about being open and receptive to life. Instead of always trying to control the outcome or do like you have to do this, practice allowing things to come to you in its natural state. Let me repeat that. Your feminine energy is about allowing things to flow into your life. So practice allowing things to come to you in its natural state. And don't judge how it happens on your journey. Like this looks like letting go and letting other people help you on your journey. Don't cut yourself off from source. Don't cut yourself off from abundance. Don't cut yourself off from love. Don't cut yourself off from things that are elevating your experiences. Be more open to new experiences in life. Simply surrender yourself and ask the universe to allow you to have the wisdom, the emotional intelligence, the faith to allow things to happen for you and divine timing. Strengthen your feminine energy by creating space of abundance and connection. Your manifestations are in flow with your ability to receive. Your manifestations are in flow with your ability to be open, like have an openness approach to life, not a close off. Your desires are backed up by the universe and your ability to simply just state your desires and not try to figure out how it's going to happen for you. You don't need to be in your logistics. Just allow things to flow because it's coming. So cultivate the art of allowing. I know this part may seem scary because ultimately you have to trust the process, but trust that everything is working out for you in divine timing. And when you do that, you walk tall, you walk confident, and that increases your goddess status because you're not in the energy of worrying. You're not in the energy of fear of how things are going to happen for you. You are confident just walking in any room and knowing that everything is happening for you in divine timing. And that is part of the art of allowing anything that you are wanting to manifest in your life. I know we're coming up to the new year in literally in like 2.5 months. 2025 will be here. And vision boards have always been part of my like New Year rituals. Like I've always created vision boards for the past decade. I've always incorporated vision boards as a way of just creating things I want to manifest into my life. So when you are in that energy of allowing things to flow, you are not taking control of how it's going to happen, because our mind is so small compared to the universe. Like how we think, it's so small. Like, yes, it's big, but it's so small. There's so billions of ways of how things can be handed to you in this lifetime for you. Those connections, the right people, the relationship, the brand new home, the brand new car, the family, the whatever it is that you desire, your fortune, your well-being, your happiness. All of that is in the art of allowing, the art of getting in tune with your feminine energy and being open and understanding that everything is working out for you. So trust your divine timing. Number 5 is develop your intuition and your inner wisdom. Now, this takes time because life gives you experiences, and your feminine energy is deeply intuitive. And you can strengthen your connection with your inner wisdom by practicing mindfulness, such as meditation, or just simply listening to your gut feeling. I know this takes a time to develop, but your a guidance system, your gut tells you things, and it tells you. So you have to learn how to trust yourself more and follow your intuition and stop asking everyone outside of you how you should move forward in life. What's best for you? Only you know what's best for you. And the more you experience things in life, the more knowledge and wisdom that you will obtain. So trust yourself, follow your intuition. The more aligned you will feel, the more you do this, you will feel more aligned in your feminine power. And this allows you to make decisions from a place of inner knowing. I'll give you guys an example. I know when I create an episode and I schedule it for it to be played, it's ready to be played for my listeners. I know that a certain amount of people is going to tune in and listen to this episode. I know that. I have inner knowledge. You know why? Because I've been doing this for a very long time. And I know that when I show up in my gifts and I create this podcast episode, the right audience will be attracted to my message. The right people will be tapped into the frequency that I am obtaining, that I am putting out into the universe. So that takes a deep level of intuition, intuitiveness, and inner wisdom. I know that my wisdom from my journey is used to help cultivate spaces like this, is used to build communities, is used to tap into my higher self and also connect with other goddesses, because the message is universal. Anyone can tune into this podcast and listen, and if it feels right to them, then they will continue to listen. If the message resonates with them, then they will apply it in their life. That is a deep intuition. That's something that I've mastered over the years because I've learned to become more in tune with my body. I learned to become more in tune with my feelings, and I learned to practice mindfulness. I've learned to express myself authentically, and I've learned to trust myself too. I learned to trust that everything is always working out for me. I've learned to trust that my message is very niche to a certain audience. And I know that the right audience will be a magnet towards me. As long as I show up in my purpose, as long as I create in my feminine energy and allow the universe to bring those people into my world, I will forever live in my goddess energy. I will forever live in my purpose. And my goddess status will forever increase because I am walking with confidence and I'm using my voice to create this amazing community and so forth. So tap into your intuition and your inner wisdom and make decisions from a place of knowing that everything will always work out for you. Number 6 is to honor your body and feminine cycles. When you are connecting with your body and its natural rhythm, it's important to increase your feminine energy, whether it's through movement, like yoga, dancing, walking, or just tuning into your menstrual cycle, understanding and honoring your body's need. It's really important, like you listening to your body and understanding what your body need in the moment. It's just like when you're thirsty, like, okay, I need to hydrate. I need to drink more water. Or I need to rest. I need to sleep. I need to get a certain amount of hours of sleep. Like, listen to your body and honor it. If you look in the mirror and you aren't happy with your body, learn not to criticize, but speak with love and compassion. You can adapt a mindset of how I want to change. Like, have that mindset of, like, when I look in the mirror, have a positive outlook and approach to it, and find out what path will help you achieve your ideal body goals. What this process looks like is going to be unique and catered to you, obviously, but this process will feel more in sync with how you value yourself, not what society values, but your own values, the own values that you create for yourself. And this takes a skill of not judging yourself on this journey. Like, this is a non-judgmental journey. So find the path of least resistance for you to honor your body and to honor your feminine cycle and to love on you through the many different phases that you go through in life as a woman. Embrace and honor yourself in this feminine journey and just learn to appreciate everything that comes with it. Everything that comes with it. Our bodies will change, whether you go through, it could be menopause or having a baby or gaining weight, losing weight. Like, our body changes. Aging over time, our body changes. But learn to find a healthy way to appreciate your body through those many different changes that you go through in life, and find the path that feels good to you, to empower you on decisions that you're making for yourself to feel good about yourself. So honor your body, goddess. And number 7, the last way to increase your goddess status is to foster compassion and connection. A goddess can speak the universal language, which is love. Become a well-rounded person. And this looks like you can communicate with anyone, regardless of their background. You can pick up on social cues. Your feminine energy is nurturing and compassionate. So practice compassion towards yourself, because how you speak to yourself is going to show how you speak to others too. How you think of yourself is going to show how you think of others too. So practice compassion towards yourself and others by being kind, patient, and supportive in your relationships. Build a meaningful connection, embracing community, and those around you that amplifies your feminine energy, make room for them to continue being on the journey with you. Like, I love any time that I am connected with other people on my journey and they amplify like what I already possess in me, which is confidence, love, compassion, kindness, anything that amplifies those qualities. I love to surround myself around people that amplifies that too as well, and that empowers that on their journey. So foster compassion and connect with other goddesses that resonates in that language too as well. We speak the same language. If you've been listening to this podcast, we're like in tune. We speak the same language. So nurture these aspects of your life. It can elevate your goddess status, and you will live a more balanced, empowered, and fulfilling life. So in society, goddess status, it can be used as a compliment. So when someone calls you a goddess, or when someone is noticing that you have increased your inner beauty and your outer beauty, that is a compliment. If you have influence, your goddess status has increased. If you are influencing those around you to level up, your goddess status has increased. If you are working on your personal journey, if you have this personal self-mastery and you realize like, okay, I want to change, I want to increase, my way of thinking. I want to think in a different way than I've been thinking before. You're increasing your goddess status. If you're reading books or listening to other podcasts that is educational and you're gaining wisdom and knowledge, you are increasing your goddess status. So as you increase your goddess status, you are not going to entertain anything that's not resonating with you anymore. That is the outcome. So be ready, be prepared to not entertain anything that is not aligned with your goddess status. As you increase your energy, as you work towards yourself and prioritize you and pour into yourself, you will increase your goddess status and you will attract everyone. But it's up to you to create a boundary of who you allow in your life. Who is going to elevate you as a person? That is who I would allow in my life. And as a goddess, we are very selective. We choose who we want to embark on this beautiful journey with. So remember to be kind and gentle with yourself. I want to leave you with an affirmation that you can repeat throughout the day. Place your hand over your heart and just take a deep breath and breathe and repeat this affirmation after me. I create my own goddess status and expectation for my life. I create my own goddess status and expectation for my life. I create my own goddess status and expectation for my life. Just know that every single day you are creating your own goddess status. Look at what you're doing every single day, throughout the day, in the morning, throughout the day, before you go to bed. You're adding value to your goddess status. You're increasing it or you're decreasing it. So look at it. Is it elevating you? Are you gaining wisdom, knowledge? Are you emotionally connected to whatever it is that you are working on to elevate your life? Create the energy, create the space, create the opportunity for you to elevate your life. And the expectations that you set for yourself, follow through. That will increase your goddess status 1,000,000 times, over and over and over. You are the creator of your own reality, goddess. So create with flow, create with bliss, create with love, create with compassion, create with an abundant mindset. Create your goddess status to work for you. Create your goddess status to work for you in rooms that you have not yet entered in. So when you enter into those rooms, you are received with the most highest regards. Goddesses walk with confidence. Goddesses have emotional intelligence. Goddesses use their goddess status to elevate the next step in their life. I love you. Thank you for listening to this episode. If it resonated with you today, leave us a beautiful 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Also, come over to our Instagram at Habits of a Goddess to connect with our community and comment under our most recent post of your thoughts of the episode. I love interacting with you, goddesses, and I appreciate your love and support. Don't forget to tag the podcast at Habits of a Goddess and share it. Have a beautiful day.